Hey guys, Eclipse14 here, and welcome to the end of Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. Well, it's been a long trip, but I'm finally here. I'm at the door to Death Heaven. I've picked up pretty much every important thing in the game. I missed a few treasure chests and some fishing spots, but all those I missed are pretty insignificant. The four big ones I picked up were the Empire Sword, Life Armor, Love Bracelet, and the Moondrop northwest of Bando. Those four were actually pretty decent. But I did pick up every treasure chest in every dungeon, and, well, did as much of the game as I reasonably could. Let's check the final equipment before I head in. Stats are everybody's at just above 40. For Ryu, he's got the Empire Sword, Life Armor, Dragon Helmet, Medusa Shield, Diamond Bracelet, and Hero Belt, which I'm actually going to replace this with the Wind Bracelet to boost the Vigor to 85. The Life Armor will no longer be necessary. While it does have the Holy Resistance, I'm going to need Vigor more, so Dragon Armor. Likewise with the Empire Sword, which is Thunder damage compared to the Dragon Sword's Fire, but all the extra stats kind of make up for it. Plus, it doesn't make a difference when I'm using Gold Dragon Spam, which is non-elemental. So let that be that, to try to boost the Vigor as high as I possibly can. The Medusa Shield can stay, though, because it's pretty good, and, well, there's no real difference with the Dragon Shield. It resists fire just like the other Dragon materials do, so who cares? For Blue, or Dice, as the original Japanese translation actually calls her, and is called that in Breath of Fire 3, I've just been calling her Dice as a result of that. Amber Ring, Rainbow Robe, Shiny Bracelet, Love Bracelet, Sun Mask, and Holy Shield. No real things to change here, to be honest. Nina has the Immortal Ring, Nose Robe, Wise Hoop, Life Bracelet, Sun Mask, and Holy Shield. I'm actually going to move the Life Bracelet off of Nina, because that actually has instant death immunity, and that should go to Bo, who I'll just replace the Love Bracelet. It's on him. And he's got the Dream Bracelet, Sacred Shield. It really should be something else because it's armor. Speaking of shield, the Element's Armlet, Shiny Helmet, and the Death Bow. I'll go ahead and, actually, the Hero Belt I'll give to Bo as well, and I'll move the Dream Bracelet to Nina. And I think those will be the last changes I need to do. Everybody's a little low on AP, but I think I'll be okay otherwise. So, alright, here we go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. At least it's a lead-off, but, well, that spoiled that. Inconsequential. Walk on up. And there's Evans himself. What? Ah, crap. Crystallized! Ah, lovely stuff. Somehow Ryu just breaks out of his own crystal. Evans teleports behind Ryu. And each one of these is unique depending on the party you have here. There goes Dice. After that, just stuck there. Nina's gone. And that's Bow. All three gone, there's not much Ryu can do. With that, Evans flies off straight, and, well, we're stuck here. What we need to do is just tap the D-pad a whole bunch of times. Eventually, Ryu will move. I don't know how quickly, but I'm just tapping like crazy. There we go. Step forward once. Yes. Oh, shut up. Walk forward more. And the rest of this is automatic. Charging on into a rather unique scene. Continuing along this long passage as Evans just drops bombs everywhere. God, your aim is absolutely atrocious. Then again, it looks like he is hitting Ryu, but it's not doing anything. I think a stormtrooper would have better aim than that. Yeah, you totally deserve that. With that, Evans drops. And the manifestation of what Death Evan really is will show himself. Holy crap. There he is. Okay, in this case, as Ryu alone, there's only one thing you need to do. And as a matter of fact, only one thing you can do, because unless you do this, you can't beat him. The one time you use this. Hit it. Explode. Well, means nothing. Christ, I still move slower than Death Evan? Oh well, I tried. Rand, Cat, Jean, Sten, Spar, everybody in Delogany, there's Mina, and with that, the three get revived. Yeah, get over here. I'm not gonna fight this thing by myself. Barbari's one thing. This is a different story. Bring it. And here we go. 10,000 HP between me and finishing the game. Well, first things first, obviously, Gold Dragon. What to do with dice? I mean, at this point, may as well just go all out. Bolt X. Likewise with Bolt X. Actually, should I change this up a bit? No, it's not like he's gonna have any magic resistances at all. Shot's definitely not gonna do jack. So... Defense FX. $165. So Dice is still the only one moving quicker, so she'll be the one having to need to use items in the event that I need it. I tried to boost up the vigor as quick as I could, and in this case, maybe it's the right call. But regardless, 1,000 damage, -1. And I'll need to cast that a shitload, which is why I've got a bunch of YSBLs in the first place. Okay. Ryu's case, may as well just attack. As it is, Dice is still fine. Bolt X. Likewise, continue with Bolt X. I'm gonna let you run. Wait, where are my... Oh, there they are. I should have cleaned up my items. Whatever. The main thing I also have to watch out for is Cold Breath, and later... Oh, God's Power, that's 60 HP and an AP drain. 270's not bad. For fire damage. Alright, so that covers that. I'll go ahead and run a Cure 3 this next turn. Gold Dragon. Actually, do I want to do that, or do I just want to run a Vanilla Extract? Dice is the only one moving faster, and yeah, I gotta watch out for Cold Breath, but also Bone Laser, which will eventually start to show up, and that one's kind of nasty, so, yeah, I'll do the Vanilla Extract. Bolt X, and... Who's not gonna take it? Probably Dice might not be able to. Let me run a Cure 2 on her just in case. Okay, I had a feeling that she wouldn't be able to. Okay, that ends up clearing the defense up X. I think that covers his own buffs, too, if he ever does. Nothing matters, he's getting blown the hell out with a Gold Dragon. This way everybody is fully maxed out. That's fine by me. Same drill. Bolt X. Bolt X. You drop the YSBL on Ryu. Just endless Bolt Xing. Never really had a proper use for this thing because there was nobody weak to lightning. But, now I do. 111. Alright, time for the next Gold Dragon casting. Yeah, run the Vanilla Extract again. Continue with Bolt X, and Defense FX. Technically, I would use a Biscuit, but I'm not sure what else Bo would do other than attack, and it's not gonna do much with him. Oh, perfect. Just keep nuking this sucker. Eventually he's gonna go down. Yeah, that should be fine for his physical attack. I doubt it'll work with the Bone Laser though, so I'll have to be cautious there. One last Bolt X with Nina, and then it's gonna be a Flame, and then that's it for her. Wait. You're dropping YSBLs on Ryu. Duh. Critical for 250. It's 73. So I get a counter and a critical for 223. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much clockwork, to be totally honest. It's Rhea that took damage, who cares? Run, Breeze. You just attack. See how much damage you can do anyway, assuming you can. 250. The only problem with the cold breath is the fact that the breaths are non-elemental, so the element armlet doesn't do jack. At least I got an excuse to heal again. I'll just probably run a biscuit and be done with it. Critical for 99. Yeah, I knew you weren't going to do too much. Actually, that critical wasn't terrible. I finally have an excuse to probably use a biscuit. Nina's case... What do I do with you? I'm now at the point where I don't really have much I can. Oh. Empire Sword. Just use that. Because it casts Sonic Boom and it'll do some damage. I'm gonna be healing regardless. That's what a biscuit does. Heal and defense up. X. Excellent item. Sonic Boom for 50. Well, I mean, I had to do something other than whatever her damage was going to be. Also, I completely forgot to just run another YSBL. I'll just let Nina do that for this turn. Oh, crap. That was what I was afraid of. Fuck. There goes Nina. Well, I guess I'll leave it to Dice here. Yeah, leave it to Dice to, drop the YSBL. I was dropping Renew X, because at least that's guaranteed. I had a feeling that would have happened with the Bone Laser. Ah, shit, that's twice. Well, biscuits required. Alright. Second biscuit. Now. No, what am I doing? Empire Sword, or... Yeah, just do the Empire Sword. Just go ahead and run a full heal with the defense up. I swear. Okay, that didn't work. That would have sucked. I got her up only to get hit with death. Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've had that happen. Well, not in the sense of KOing, but more other stuff. 47. I think one more Gold Dragon casting will do it. So, then I could just spam the hell out of Bolt X and be done with it. Yeah, because I see no reason to run well. I have to keep damaging him. Nearly 130, yikes. $99. This should do it. Just in case. Extract on Nina. And... Empire Sword. Attack. Okay, maybe the extract wasn't totally necessary, but... well, safe than sorry. Will this do it? That's it. This game is over. "26 minutes to finally take him down." This may end up being a real long episode. Well, then again, that would be kind of normal for the final one. What do you think? Because you're a total piece of shit. And there he goes. This is true. Victory over the Dragon, I just noticed that. What? I don't get it. Alright, walk south. And eventually we'll get out of here, and then we, I think it's just automatically warping out of Infinity or something like that. Well? And that's a wrap there. "30 minutes. It's gonna last a while, I know. But, there's still an ending sequence to cover and stuff. We'll let this go on. The Destined Child. That has been Ryu the whole time. There's the rest of the group just doing whatever. September 1994, Project Breath of Fire 2. Yeah, because the game actually released at the end of 94 in Japan, and around the same time of 95 in North America. Even better than the first one? That's the real question here. Oh. Oh, boy. These are the same lines. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them. Mainly to save on time. I'm already at 35 minutes. Oh, freaking lovely. And that's exactly what he does. However, if the township was floating, well, you get this instead. Yeah, if you fail to get this to happen, Ryu just becomes an alternate coloring of the dragon protecting Infinity. He's telling your destiny to go fuck itself. The township's coming down. Kaboom! And there it goes. Yeah, there's a tiny hole still there, but technically it's declared permanently sealed. Ryu does not have to change. The township's engine stops. Everybody somehow climbs up into the township. And that's that. Oh man, finally. So concludes Breath of Fire 2 for the Super Nintendo, at the conclusion of my 21st Let's Play. It is 42 and a half minutes, approaching 3/4. This is easily going to be the longest video I ever make on this channel, which will beat the last episode of Paper Mario, which was just shy of 44 minutes. And on top of that, it also beats Paper Mario to become the second longest Let's Play I've ever done for the channel in terms of episode count at 75. The only one that beats it is Final Fantasy II for the Famicom, which took 80, but on all other metrics, this was the longest Let's Play I ever completed for this channel. A part of this was largely because of a lot of problems that occurred outside recording the game. Like, I would get off it for weeks on end. Not really my fault, just a lot of problems that occurred over time and stuff. But I at least wanted to complete one new game for the channel this year. And while this was a bit of an arduous endeavor, I am glad I was able to get it done. And I definitely enjoyed this game. Crappy translation aside, it's one of those guilty pleasures, I guess, because I like the bad stuff, because it's fun to laugh at it sometimes, at just how bad it could possibly be. And that's why I just kept with the original translation. And by completing this, I finally have a little bit of closure in saying I did at least complete something new for the channel. I did do a rerun of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, but that technically doesn't count since I did that back in October 2022 originally. I just wanted to clean that up and try to improve its numbers, since it was the worst performing Let's Play on the channel at that point. Now it's been much better. But I definitely wanted to do this because I wanted to cover something that would be technically celebrating its 30th anniversary, and in a sense it was at the end of '94, and technically it would be 30 years since the North American release at the end of this year, and well, I definitely wanted to do it, especially since I completed the first game last year, and I played enough games within 2024 to warrant doing the second one, because I feel like there's no reason to do a sequel immediately after a prequel, a second game immediately after a first game. I feel like it would quickly burn you out. So that's why I waited until about a year, and I played several other games before I considered doing it. I did the same thing with Dragon Warrior for Dragon Warrior 2 and Final Fantasy 2. That's just how I thought about it to prevent from burning out. Unfortunately, it seems like I kinda did start to just burn out completely sometime within February, because in all honesty, I should have recorded this whole thing completely at earliest late February, because I knew it was going to be a long game. And sure enough, it was. 75 episodes. But, I didn't expect it to take literally the longest Let's Play in terms of production time, as I'm recording this just before April 13th. It'll technically be 102 days of production. Yikes. It lasted a while. But I pulled through. I didn't quit. I just had some pauses here and there. But eventually, I got it done. And, I mean, what else is there to say, really? I still enjoy this game. Would I do Breath of Fire 3? This was honestly the one reason why I wanted to do the second game, because the third game has some connections to the first two games, and actually was my first Breath of Fire game. The second game was actually the last in the series I had yet to play, because I had trouble getting a copy of the game until it ended up becoming the last game I ever bought online to date. That may change at some point, but for right now, it remains that way. And I still have the cartridge, and it stays with me. I liked it. And it hasn't changed one bit, even with all the trouble I had in the background. So, Breath of Fire 3 will be, at least in thought, but it's not going to be for a while, because there are quite a few other games I wanted to do this year, but we'll see what happens down the road, because I did have a few projects that just, they blew up, and I think I'm going to go down that road for a little bit, but we'll see what happens before I do my 22nd Let's Play, because I do have one idea in mind for that, but we'll just see how things play out over the next couple months. So as it is, it'll be a brief pause for a while as I record this. When I do my next one, I do, but beyond that, at least I can say I finished one new game for the channel in full. This is definitely taking its time, I'm sorry. I'm not used to making videos this long, largely because it's more difficult to produce them, because I actually watch through every little bit to make sure I don't make any really major errors show up before I upload them. So, yeah, like the longest video I had was like a little under 44 minutes, and this is pushing 50. And I actually at one point split a previous Let's Play's ending, in the sense that there were two consecutive bosses that were tough in their own right, because the combined time there was an hour and 15 minutes. So I cut them to save me the trouble, but unfortunately in Breath of Fire 2's case, I can't really do that, because it's just one fight after a whole bunch of cutscene shit, and of course cutscene stuff here, and that's it. I have to upload it in full. I just hope it's not a full hour long, because it's just going to be totally obnoxious. But beyond that, that's pretty much all I got to say. In terms of games that I do have in mind, I think one I wanted to do was The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures for the GameCube. I think that would have been kind of cool. In terms of the Super Nintendo itself, I tried to do Illusion of Gaia as my original 21st Let's Play, but unfortunately I made a mistake that forced me to bail out on that, and this ended up becoming the 21st Let's Play officially. So I will have to try to attempt that again at some point, especially since I got about halfway through the game before I realized I fucked up and I had to take it out. So that's that. Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 Super Nintendo games I thought of doing. There's the Sailor Moon RPG I could do a little later down the road. But, there's other things in mind. I might do another video at some point, just giving some insight as to what I'm thinking. But as it is right now, I'm content with saying I was able to complete this absolute giant of a project. There's the Capcom logo. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yep, the end. Holy cow, nearly 52 minutes. But that's that. So concludes Breath of Fire 2 for the Super Nintendo, and the conclusion of my 21st Let's Play. Thanks to everybody who watched from start to finish. This was a gargantuan task that I feel like I bit off a bit more than I could chew, but hey, I managed to pull through. And hopefully you enjoyed the run from start to finish. Like and subscribe if this was in your interest. I've got other projects in mind. Check out my other stuff. And, really, I said everything I needed to say throughout that entire credit sequence, and I'm just going to go ahead and end the whole thing here before this gets any longer. Thanks for the ride. Hopefully this was worth it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next game.